All right. Looks like audio's working. Video's a little bit behind. Let me reset this real quick. There we go. Cool. One of these days I'll get a better computer that'll allow me to stream a little bit easier. But today's not that day. All right, so we got our camera going. It's currently 8:12 in the morning, Central Time. Um, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. So real quick, before we fully get started into the day, quick recap from yesterday. We took a trade, went long, ended up making $925 in profit, um, and really good trade overall. We did cut it a little bit short because we wanted just wanted to take our profits. Um, and essentially, just again as recap, we let me see if I can. I wonder if I can hide all my drawings. Hide. There we go. Okay. So we entered yesterday here at this point at 5:10.75. That was our entry point, and then we exited here. Took about a $925 profit. Personally, didn't really care to let it risk the fact of it going back down and stopping and basically not profiting as much or possibly even stopping us out. So decided to take profit. The trade actually ended up doing extremely well. Hindsight's always 2020, right? So it after it kind of did a little pullback, I mean, this thing just kept running all the way to the top. If we would have held the position at to the very top of the move, we would have gotten about a $2,500 trade, $2,500 profit on just one contract because that's all we traded with, which basically means that trade would have been a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. Uh, those are hard to really guess, or it's hard to predict those. I mean, that's just one of those situations where if the timing was right and you just left it and let it run, um, we again we could have had a 10x return on our on what we were willing to risk. So I took down the notes yesterday that what we took. I think originally my take profit was $1,500, so it was a 1 to 6 ratio, and we again we just cut it short at 1 to 4, and to just to get us on the board. We didn't want to be greedy, but that just goes like just to know like down the road. That's something we can take a look at and pay attention to, maybe to maximize our profits and not leave so much money on the table. Um, but the other thing is also, if it went against us, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be upset because we lost money. But like I said, hindsight's always 2020 whenever to these things. So, yeah, overall yesterday, really good day of trading. Today we're gonna go take a look at our market. Market's about 15 minutes from opening. I'm gonna go ahead and put my drawings back on here. We did get significantly up here in this top end here, but as same routine as yesterday, we're gonna go to our daily time frame, take a look at it. I mean, look at this. I mean, this thing just broke out of our all-time high. Let me delete some of the stuff that's not really necessary. These are lines that I've created as we went throughout the day. We can leave our trend line on here. We still have this gap down here to the on the 4 hour time frame, so I'm gonna leave it here. Um, I still think that's something to kind of pay attention to because gaps do typically get filled. That's a really weird random gap, 10 to 11, that never technically got filled. Um, so I'm not. It's not super important, but I'm gonna leave it there just as a reminder that it is down there. We can delete this one. I think this was like a level of resistance and support. Actually, let's leave that on there before you figure out what that was. But one thing we can change is our daily range from yesterday, which is this green box. We need to move this. So we're going to get our range from yesterday, find our high, find our low, and that way we know where our high is and our low is from the previous day's moves. Low is 40.8975. Come on, man. 489.8975. 89.75. And then our top is 61. Okay. All right, so that was our previous day range. I'm gonna leave this line here. This was our previous all-time high, the 55.1920 or 50. I'll leave that there because, as we know, so since it did break out, there is always a chance that we can see this thing retest that line, that previous level, to make sure that it's valid to stay above it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Keep this little daily range in there. That's basically all we need to mark on the daily time frame. Everything is shown to be overbought. MACD is quite significantly above. Um, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come down, but it's we're gonna have to see we're gonna have to see what this thing does. Super overbought. So I guess if you're someone that plays a longer term play, playing something to the downside probably isn't a bad idea. But since we trade during the day, we need to go down to lower time frames. Looking at the 4 hour time frame again, still got this gap down here. Oh yeah, and that's what this was. This level is like kind of a level of kind of a support level right here. It's where things kind of shot up and basically broke out. So kind of expect it to eventually try to pull back around here. I don't know if this level is not really significant right now because we're so high up above. The likelihood of this thing dropping 100 points in one day is very unlikely. So we actually probably could get rid of this one because it's not really too relevant at this point. But this gap is also, I mean, that gap is pretty much where we need it to have an idea that where this thing could go. Um, Again, we're gonna leave this level here. We could put another one up at the top, but we already know this is the top of the range. The 561 is our all-time high at this point. This is a 4 hour time frame, so if we're looking at the 4 hour, we had a little bit of consolidation here. And then we can do, and there's not really much to show you on the 4 hour. We already kind of went through that yesterday. But right now, our immediate trend is kind of a nice little uptrend. This little uptrend going here. Um, so it kind of went up, it stalled out, kept going up. So we almost have like a little flag pattern here, or what's yeah. So just to kind of give a visual, we have here to here. This isn't exactly how you do it, but then we have here to here, and then almost here. If this pattern holds, or if this pattern is legitimate, we could see, let's see if we can duplicate this. Clone. So this is kind of what we could look for on this pattern here. If this pattern continues, that's kind of what we're looking at. We had a nice little up, we had a little move up, little consolidation zone, another solid move up. So we could see this thing go even further. If we go to if we kind of take it on the same stride as how long this one would be, that would put us around about 56.60, 56.55, something like that. 56.60 is kind of a number if we continue that a similar trend on the other side. So that's kind of cool to know. Kind of cool to know. I might even leave those lines there. just so as a visual, so it kind of a reminder that we are in that we have gotten that kind of pattern there. See if I can get this a little more precise. Get that to the low, 341. Okay, so that's on the 341. And we'll go, so this one all the way, oh wait, let's go this to the top. And then we had it here. It's almost like the midline's like right here. So we're gonna put this down here and then take this baby right here, and that would essentially give us our line. That would give us our trend, our kind of our trend line there. So boom, 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 boom. So that looks pretty good. Um, That's on our 4 hour time frame. Like I said, I don't know. That's a general guideline. That obviously won't give us like anything as far as do we like entry points, but again, it's kind of a good visual to remember. Like like again that we are and that we do have this kind of nice pattern that's set up. So we can kind of be biased towards it still extending further up. And let's go further down to the 1 hour. Oh, and also back to the 4 hour. 4 hour time frame. We are overbought as well, but not severely overbought. So it's kind of open interpretation to see how things go. Um, Going to the 1 hour time frame. This is basically our continuation. We have a nice little consolidation that we had yesterday. Things were kind of fell down, touched up, fell down, further down, and basically enough buyers stepped in to break us out of that little range here. So this range is kind of no longer valid. We again because we had this breakout of our all-time highs, we could potentially see this thing break below um, to or break down and try to retest this line basically just to decide if we are going to continue in this uptrend or if we're going to break back down and come back into this range. So I don't think these will be too relevant right now, but this bottom level here is 6250. We'll put a line there, just 6250, 6225. I guess we'll make that one a white line. 6250. So that's just a good note that like if things did fall, that's probably a good spot that it can come down to. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we got a moving average, the 200 moving average right here at the 54. So as time goes by, I mean, this thing will probably reach up to here anyway. So for any reason, if this thing decides to just sell off, that could be a good place that we could see it go to. Is this the 52.62, then maybe to the 54 possibly. But again, we also have our we have a couple of barriers. That's kind of the way I look at them. It's just barriers. Like you find your entries, and then it's like you have certain barriers or certain barriers you have to go through before you can like fully lock in and feel good about this full trade. Like if I wanted to go, say I were to go short here, I'd have to see this thing break this consolidation. That's one thing that we can point out. We'll get when we get lower. Right now we're in like this little consolidation zone. We'd have to see this thing break out of consolidation, come down to this moving average, break out of there, break this thing, break this previous all-time high, and then after those things happen, like it's almost like okay, we can at least come down to this previous range. But that's a lot of movement. Granted, yesterday we had all that movement up. Doesn't necessarily. I mean, I guess it is always a possibility that could come right back down. Right now, oh gosh. Um, so let's see. So now we're gonna mark up. This is our 1 hour time frame. We'll mark up our pre-market movements. So pre-market high and low. We're gonna put in a nice box here. I want to put another box. So pre-market. All right, well, that's our per. Okay, so this is our pre-market range. We're gonna extend this one out to the right. I guess we could do it to the left as well. And basically just put this at the extremes of where our pre-market movements have been. Low 41.50, 41.50. And then our top in here was high 53.25. So it's already on it. All right, so let me do that. I'm gonna change these colors up a little bit, make a little blue one. So that's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can yellow maybe. So yellow looks like that looks a little bit better. Now we're losing our thing on our video. Okay, I'm refixing this. Okay, now we're back. I think it froze for a second. All right, so we have our pre-market range. We have our previous day range. Right now, obviously, it's exactly that, a range. So we'll have to kind of pay attention to this here. Not fully overbought anymore. Once we hit the top on the 1 hour, once we hit the top over here, things have slowly just kind of drifted off. So we'll kind of see if things are going to continue just falling down, the momentum falling down, but then if we're going to stay in this range, then we know momentum may kind of just stall out. All right, 30-minute time frame. So one thing that's pretty interesting on as you go in the lower time frames, so you'll see that these they're getting less and like kind of more to a midline. Everything's kind of falling down, but the price and the movement is not really drastically falling down. So looks like we are kind of creating a nice little support here at the bottom. And if this thing kind of stays in this range and the momentum still like RSI continues to kind of go down to cool off, that could be a sign that we may just continue the uptrend. It's but uh, it's only a matter of time. We just have to wait for it. So all right, so on the 30-minute, yeah, things are just kind of. It's like just everything got really hot. Everything came up over here, and then everything's just kind of cooling off right now. So we are sitting right at VWAP. We do have a little bit more of a separation on the moving averages, which is nice. So we have our moving average is all the way down here. So let's see. We'll go look at the 15-minute. That's a nice little range. Looks like a little, like I said, it looks like we have came down here, touched the bottom here, came back up a little bit, touched it again. Kind of just again, just kind of chopping in this range right here. We're actually market just now open, so we're gonna kind of wait to see what this thing does initially. We may kind of play the range game if it keeps rejecting off this top and just keep ranging. We'll have to kind of play a little scalping game. Just gotta be prepared for whatever. Let's see what this thing. We're on the 15-minute now. Looks like MACD just crossed above, so we might get initial push up here. Right now, we're sitting on a level of support from the moving average and the VWAP. Let's go take a look. Let's see. pretty much right at point of control. Let's go look at the 5 minute. Yeah. So everything's just been kind of in this range ever since like pre aftermarket and pre-market. Just kind of chilling in here. Just kind of top everything kind of a lot of buying, everything topped off, sold off, try to push back up, and now we're kind of just consolidating here. So I don't think we'll see any kind of crazy drastic moves like yesterday. Today's probably gonna be a day where it's probably gonna be range bound. So this probably would be a day where we kind of it's like see money, take money. I don't think we'll see anything crazy as far as like continuation. Not any. There's not any major news or anything coming out today, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Which that was kind of the situation yesterday. There wasn't any good or bad news, so everything just kind of rallied. Same thing as yesterday. Me personally, I'm always kind of looking for a short. I guess that's kind of the way I favor, but at the same time, it's like we're open to whatever it's like whatever we think or whatever we're seeing, and just commit to it. But yeah, right now it looks like on the 5 minute, it looks like we our moving average just created a nice little support down here. Kind of went here, touched it, and bounced right off. So give it a few minutes. Probably like to wait like about the first 15 minutes or so, kind of just let the initial volatility kind of play itself out, and then see if we can find an entry point for a good play. A lot of volume on on that opening candle. A lot of volume on that opening candle. I mean, that right there is like a 5 point move. I wonder if we can. I think we can get a midline here. Midline. All right, so there's our midline of our range here. All right, so we're trying to push out of our pre-market range. Again, our next level is going to be up here to our yesterday's high. So, see what this thing does. It'd be kind of crazy, but who knows? I mean, we could have a day just like yesterday where it just continues to go up. Like I said, there's not any news really to warrant it going down. Amount of coffee. Uh, Today is 6/18/2024. Getting our logbook ready. Just waiting for our trade opportunities. And as a reminder, the blue line is not a trend line or anything. That's just again, that's from our 4 hour time frame. Just kind of give us an idea that we're on this little this continuation uptrend. So see how the volume stacks up on this one. A lot of volume on that first candle, and we're halfway through the second candle, but it looks like it's not fully going up. Or it's not getting the same pump as the first candle. That's the other thing too is like if there's less volume, that means there's less people buying and selling. So if it keeps going up, that means the people that are buying and selling, the majority of them are buying, which would continue to drive the price up. Or vice versa when it's selling. If there's a big amount of volume that comes in for selling, and then volume drops off but it's still selling, that means the only ones that are left in in that volume candle is the sellers, for the most part. At least they're winning. Nice little pump. See if this thing wicks back down. Nice little wick. This thing closes as like with this wick right here, but stays green. This actually is potentially a good setup. This computer's struggling, man. Like I said, it's not really meant for. I don't think it's really meant for all this. All right, so we got a nice little green candle. If this green candle looks like it's going to top out and wick down again from there, we might look for a quick, kind of a quick short opportunity. I know we keep making all these boxes, but I'm gonna make one more. I like boxes. So we get our opening range here. I'm gonna change these blue. This one we're gonna turn blue. 54, 25, and 47. This thing is lagging. I think we're gonna delete this orange one because we can kind of see where it's at. We're gonna delete it so it's not so congested. But what we're looking for here is this thing open at 54.50. See if this thing wicks right off of that top line. So what I've found is, and this is just in previous trades that I've done, is typically so this is the first candle when the market opens and we have three candles in this kind of pattern. It sets up really good for an opportunity. Number one, to play a pullback. And it means it can go one of two ways. It will, it can fall through, set like a slightly higher low, or yeah, higher low, bounce, and then continue our uptrend. Or from the top point, it'll come down and it'll break right through the levels and go all the way down. So it kind of sets up really nicely. I found whenever this pattern kind of occurs, it's uh it's pretty nice. I mean, it's a pretty nice one to play. So we'll see how this candle finishes. Honestly, if it finishes red, then it kind of invalidates that idea. So I'd like to see it finish somewhat green. Yeah, so it kind of invalidated that. They're really fighting. Buyers and sellers are really fighting right here. So we'll see how this thing works out. It's not the best, not convincing enough. So basically, this is our opening range. Close 54.75. Okay, so these are pretty much set there. So this is our opening range right here. So what we're going to be looking for is we might try to see if this thing will push up a little bit more. And we'll probably look to take a short up at the top, basically play this down to this thing to fall. I'm going to get rid of these mid lines. I don't need those here. Mid line, boom, down. All right. So this is our opening range. First 15 minutes of market open. It is overbought, so again, another kind of reason why we might be looking to take a short. If we get a push back up above here, again, kind of similar thing to yesterday. We are overbought and it's kind of coming down, but I'd like to see the MACD come be a little bit closer to each other. before fully entering into like a short position. I guess we're also kind of looking, if we're looking for a short and long opportunity, kind of want to see this thing come down maybe to this bottom range if we go long. I know this is a lot of a lot of stuff on here, so I get that, but it's oh wait, oh, I need this to be 20. We'll do a 1 to 5 ratio that we're looking for. So $250 risk to $1,000 profit. That'd be our range here that we're looking for if we take a long position. Maybe expect it to bounce off, maybe not quite get all the way down to the moving average here, maybe kind of get in the middle range here. Kind of what we're looking for in a possible long position. I know this is going to get kind of congested on the visuals, but again, this kind of the whole point of me doing this is I want to kind of help people understand like kind of my thought process when I'm making these trades. 20 to 100. So again, these are a 1 to 5 ratio. So we're gonna put this over here so you can again another visual. So essentially, like if we get to the top of this range, can't break out of it, and we take an entry point there, our stop loss will be above our previous day high. Which again, if it's going up there, that means pretty much it might just keep running for the day. But then our short position, if it's not gonna be able to go up today, I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of comes down and creates a new low. So kept bouncing off this level, came down, bounced off of it, and then now we're trying to. If we can't break out of here, that means that the buyers aren't strong enough to break it out. So things are naturally going to just kind of sell off a little bit. The question is how much. Our midline from yesterday's range is down here at this 55.25, or again, we could see it retest down to the 55.1950. But again, that's kind of all speculation. We are still in a nice range from the pre-market, so we'd have to see it break out of that range before we kind of make any firm decisions. Just gonna let this thing kind of let this thing work. As we as we learned yesterday, patience does pay off. As again, kind of as like a little reminder, a recap from yesterday, the trade that we took, the most drawdown we had was $62.50. So about $63 a drawdown. And that trade at its peak would have hit $2,500 in profit. So very, very good trade. Let this thing make its way up. So we're gonna let this thing cook real quick. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I will be right back. There we go. All right. Took a quick break. We're back at it. Things are just kind of chopping right now at this top end. Um, I don't know. I guess like that. I kind of favor the downside. Um, we'll have to just see. Stay patient and wait for a good opportunity. So with this thing just chopping up like this and pulling back, this could be a potential pullback for it to keep going up. We'll have to see if it bottoms out here. We have these two levels of support. Might get a little support here at the bottom. Um, yeah, just kind of wait, see what kind of pattern sets up, and basically just go with the pattern. See, look at this thing, freaking
Now connected to Braden's iPhone.
push. Ugh. Nothing crazy convincing yet. I realized this can be very boring. Well, it's not that I realize that. I think what people will quickly realize is this trading can be very boring. And honestly, the good trading, the profitable trading, and the consistency, it's very boring because you just wait for a good opportunity and when you wait for those high probability trades, good opportunities, like you don't go through the ups and downs of losing money and the emotional roller coaster of it. Yeah, it's pretty boring. Like that's the thing is one of my biggest problems when I was still still learning, and I'm still learning, never stop learning. But one of the biggest things is like I always kind of was like I feel like if I wasn't actively in a trade, I feel like I wasn't trading. But like the whole point of this is to make money. So if you know that there's certain if I told you like every day you just wait for that one golden opportunity of a day, there's usually a good opportunity that pops up throughout the day. But if I told you every day that if I told you every day there was one opportunity that is a golden opportunity, all you have to do is wait for it, and it would make you all the money you need. Some people will be like, "Oh, that's easier than said to done," but it is. It's the discipline of it. It's like you gotta just wait, be patient. Again, if promise you every day there's one opportunity, one golden opportunity to make money every single day, but all you have to do is just be patient and wait for it. Most people wouldn't have the patience or the discipline to just wait. So, um, right now we're just kind of barcoding, not really doing too much. Again, with our MACD kind of being a little bit spread apart right now, not too eager to get in anything yet. Um, RSI is still kind of just chilling, and we keep having trouble breaking up above here. Uh, but nothing has convinced me that there's nothing that's really told me a certain direction yet. So we should be again just gonna be patient. Wait. Yesterday, dang it, this thing keeps freezing. You're really struggling here. I wonder if we can close some of this stuff out. This thing is struggling. I think this is line goes back up, and line goes back up. Okay, we're gonna close it out. I think. All right, we're gonna close some of the stuff out so I can. My computer, my computer is really struggling. It is struggling. All right, basically have to like refresh this. The yeah. Are we good? Okay, we're kind of good. So in the background, I was working on cutting up some of yesterday's trading to try to see like to make some short videos for content purposes. I think having that in the background of it trying to work it all out was definitely slowing things down. So hopefully it gets a little bit better. The only thing we have open now is our live stream and the actual trading platform. So I think we should be much better. Hopefully it'll yeah, look at my refresh rate. Absolutely it's in the red. Let's see. Can I mess with this? Let's see settings. Chart data, fast. I wonder if it'll help if I refresh this too. Let's see if it helped by refreshing it. Maybe that'll be a goal for us. When we get our first payout, we'll go buy a better computer. But hey, this just goes to show you that this it doesn't take much. Got a nice little $250 computer from Walmart, man. This thing I've been using this thing forever. Could I probably benefit from a newer laptop? Yeah, like I said, maybe that's what we'll set that as a goal. Maybe when we get our first payout, we'll take some of the money and go buy ourselves a new computer, a better setup. All right, so right now, like I said, we're still just chilling. Nothing too convincing yet. Um, Again, I would like to see the MACD indicator starting to curl just a little bit. Let me see if I can get this a little bit more this way. So you can see my hand. Get to curl down just a little bit, so we can start getting a premature uh, signal of a possible short. And that's the other thing too. One thing that kind of a good reminder is indicators are lagging indicators. So they're based off information that's already been put out onto the charts. So there is, if you're wanting to get good entry points and try to get your best trade, like lowest risk to reward, um, the you do kind of have to anticipate some of these things. So that's why, again, I always try to wait for them to get very close to each other. Again, I like to try, like, for example, right now we have our MACD kind of moving up. I like to see it start flattening out and maybe even start curling down just a little bit. Again, to kind of give us an idea, like, hey, there's a chance that we could be seeing a short opportunity soon. And then that's when we'll look at our chart and say, okay, what's our chart telling us? Are we stalling out up here? Are we pushing through this top line, or are we keep rejecting off of it? So if we start seeing this flatten out, start cooling down, and we keep seeing this reject off the top, then we know, okay, this could be a good chance for us to get into a trade to go short with the anticipation that our MACD is eventually going to sell off and also finally cross down, which would be our actual indicator that says, hey, we're selling off, get it, go short. So just gonna wait patiently. And just like yesterday, we're gonna stick with our $250 stop loss. So every day our goal is our maximum. So even though our technical maximum is 1,000, we're gonna keep it to $500. That way, if we consistently can profit about a grand every day, like if we consistently profit a grand and then keep our losing days to $500, then we're always gonna be netting at least $500. So for example, if 3 days were $1,000 winners, 2 days were $500 losers, that means that we'd be still up $2,000 on the week. So that's another rule that I've know I should have implemented, but didn't really fully live by it. And that's what also cost me my accounts is because I would uh, did never establish my risk beforehand and kind of just traded and hoped. And when they went against me, I was kind of like, oh, hands up in the air. Like, why did it happen? Why did that happen to me? But it's like, dude, is your fault. You didn't establish that criteria out the bat. So go all the way to 12, 11 o'clock. We're just messing around right now at this point. Just mess around with this thing. I need to fix this to be 5 to 1. Like I said, I know there's a lot, it seems like a lot of drawings and stuff, but hopefully I explained it well enough so anybody that watches this back can understand. my kind of like my mindset or my idea on this. Actually, and I want this to be at the same level as this, 59. I guess 559 is fine. And honestly, our lower one here isn't fully set in. And these profit are these risk reward visuals here. They're not set in stone. Like I said, as the charts as candles develop, we'll see. It kind of gives well again. It kind of gives us an idea, but these are just kind of preset areas where we think that price could go to for us to possibly get an entry and play the game. Which this will be interesting to see because we had this thing come up, everything kind of trended down. Uh, Curious to see if it pops up here, if it rejects off of here, or if it breaks out again. Because then that would kind of be along with the trend. So we had a little support here, moved up, little flag pattern down. Could see this thing continue pushing up. Um, but with RSI and everything kind of moving its way down, I would probably favor the short side. But yesterday was a good testament to the fact that that's not always the case. Even though it looked like it was oversold, overbought, things just kept trending up. So, but the same thing also applies from yesterday is that we are in all-time high territory. So it's, I guess I'm always someone that thinks that it's eventually got to go down, but it doesn't like. The market always has always been the market has always gone up, so you don't want to get too attached to those shorts. Low of the day is 41.50. Yeah, right now we're just kind of chopping in this little area. See if this one goes and touches VWAP. So we are starting to get the curl on the MACD. We got 3 minutes for this candle to close. I'd like to see how it fully closes before doing anything. All right, so we get looks like we're about to get a little bit of a sell off. Don't know how drastic it's gonna be. We got a whole candle to go. This could be the sell off that we were looking for. Um, but it's kind of hesitant, so I'm not really. We'll have to see if VWAP holds. It's not yet. It's not fully just busting through it, so I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll just have to. Gonna let this candle play out, see what it does. This could be an entry point for a long, but I feel like it's kind of risky, so I'm gonna hold off on it. If this candle goes fully through and the MACD doesn't cross down, we might look for a long opportunity. This might be something similar to yesterday, as far as like it's just not going. Sell the buyers just sell buyers are just are just in control and just gonna keep moving this thing up. So I mean, personally, I would expect a little bit more of a sell off to try to create like a if we had a bottom here, this thing had created a top, maybe sell off even to like the moving average, maybe even sell down to the bottom of this range first and then go back up. That's kind of what I'm expecting, or that's kind of what I would expect. So we need to move this. I need to move this to here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think it's gonna do crazy. I don't think it's gonna be like I don't think we'll get a full sell off. But again, I do kind of think it'll make its way down here to the market open and then back. So there'll be like a nice little bounce, and then we could see it go right back up. Because if VWAP holds, I mean that's it's kind of the same thing that happened yesterday. Is it VWAP created a level of support? So I don't know if it was VWAP, but it was oh yeah, it was our previous level of resistance started turning into a support. So bounced right off VWAP. Let's see if the MACD crosses down at the close of this candle. We're gonna let the whole thing close before we get into it. It's like got a minute left. Looks like we probably are gonna break through it. Volume looks like it's picking up on this candle ever so slightly. But we are about to get it to cross. Yeah. We're right on the edge. Looks like we did get it did cross. All right, so we are crossing. Um, Fell right onto the moving average, which could be our next level support. See if it holds it. If not, again, probably gonna sell off even further. Trying to get it back down to the original open range here, and then we might play it and play a little long. It did fully cross over, so that is a signal for us to sell off. We missed this opportunity up here, which is fine. So now we're going to kind of look to see if this is going to be a continuation for it to fall the rest of the way, or if we're going to wait, if it's going to again create it like a higher low and just and kind of just keep moving, gradually moving up. So kind of want to see actually with a higher time frame where our numbers are at. Okay. So on the 15 minute, we got four at 545, 546 as our moving average for the 15 minute. So that could be a level support. See with the 30 minute and down to 38. Okay. So that's kind of yeah, so we're still kind of in the game here. 45, 46 is our number. This one's at 43. So we might look yeah, so we're close to a possible entry long. I think we'll kind of wait to see if this thing sells off a little bit more before going up. I think we'll probably get a little bit more of a sell off. Look at that thing. Look, and it was all the way back up into that zone. What the heck? Why does my camera keep doing this? All right. I guess my camera just keeps going in and out. It's whatever. As long as you guys can see the screen, that's all that matters and hear me talk. That's kind of the point. I could do this without visual, but it's whatever. So, see what this thing does. See, again, I'm kind of counting on it still selling off a little bit further. We got a lot of volume profile down here. Probably kind of like in this 47 range. So I think we'll get another. I think we'll get a small push, another push further down before we make a run back up. So unless this candle completely engulfs it, then that'd be wild. I mean, they're definitely trying to buyers definitely trying to push this thing up. The question is, are they going to win? I mean, that right there, if it closes above that, I mean, that's a pretty much a picture perfect engulfing bullish candle. Meaning sellers sold off, buyers, a crazy amount of buyers stepped in enough to just completely retrace that candle. But then, okay, now it's no longer a bullish engulfing has to fully engulf it with the body of the candle, and looks like that's not happening. So the buyers tried. Imagine this next candle will probably be pretty red. Looks pretty nice though. I think this looks like it's going to be a nice little bounce down and then a continuation. So, I mean, that right there could have been the bounce that we were already looking for. I mean, it pretty much perfectly bounced off of the moving average. We might even let's see if this thing gets down. So the only thing with this entry is if I'm gonna try to enter at the moving average right now, that would put our risk pretty close to the bottom, which it's always possible for price to kind of bounce down here. So it's not as good of an entry as I'd like. I feel like I think we're at the moving average on the 15 minutes was 46. So I feel like if I get an entry there, my stop loss is in my opinion is a much better spot for to be least likely to get stopped out. So yeah, we're just gonna stay patient and wait for not like just wait. If it gets down here, great. If not, then it's whatever. I'm playing off the fact that I think the 15-minute moving average is down here at the 46. So oh, that's a seven. Oh, that's five. Just kidding. It's a lot of buying right there. So this is a good instance where could I have entered at the moving average? Yes, I could have. But just to put this in perspective, if I would have moved in at the 15 of the 5 of the 50 moving average, again, to me the risk reward just isn't there. Like I feel like my risk would have been too tight because if this thing decided that it wanted to go test the 200 moving average, I would get stopped out very quickly. Um, And then again, with this being kind of like our top end here to maybe even like, let me put this in here actually. So if I put that if I even got to the topped out, that's a 1 to 2.4 ratio. So for me, this is not worth it. It just wasn't worth the trade. Again, if, and if I would have entered if I enter where I was originally wanting to enter, which is the basically the 56, or say, yeah, 56, again, stop loss is kind of out of a realm where it's least likely to get stopped out. But if it does get stopped out, then obviously the trade is invalidated. It's no longer a long opportunity. And then if extend this out to at least the top line, now we're at least at a three, which is a little bit better. So if I risk $250, I have a chance of making $750. And on the chance that this thing does break out above, I mean, we again we're at least at we're at least at a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So that's why I didn't take that trade. A two is just not worth it for me. $250 to make $500, maybe, and that's a high maybe because it's look. I mean, that's assuming it got up to the all-time high again. So we just closed candles. Looks like MACD just crossed back up again. See if this thing keeps pushing up or if it just falls back down. Again, we could just barcode the whole day. Slow it down.
Playing from Braden's iPhone.
Now let's see. Let's take a look at this. So this is also why the short opportunity for me makes more sense because we just don't have enough data up top because we are at all-time highs to like justify a possible ratio of what we could hit, right? So that's where the long is always a little bit skeptical because again, you don't know how much is going to run up because we just don't have anything to go off of. But for example, on our short opportunity here, if we move this down, let's say we do get short here, our stop is still a little tight because we know that it could always go retest our our all time high, but it's more likely that we like our our profit is a lot more likely on this side because we know where things are going. We have a we saw this thing come down, reach this level. If it breaks down below, we have data that can tell us that hey, there's a chance that it could go down to this level. So that's why again the short opportunity to me like is a little bit more defined as far as risk reward. Um, but yeah, so that's just kind of like a kind of just a little note there. Again, in order for me to feel better about taking a short, I would like to see it be kind of more up in this range. Honestly, like I said, these are kind of our entry points. I like to see it probably around this 59, reach up to that 59 level if I'm going to go short. And if I'm going to go long, I'd like to see it come down to that 50 or that 46 level. And as you can see, this thing, fire's pushed it right up here. Thing couldn't keep it or couldn't push it up above, so it keeps rejecting off this range here. I do remember saying when we market open, I was like, I feel like today's going to be just a ranging day. But as we all know, after a range, eventually we get a solid move in either direction. We just got to be patient and wait for that opportunity. Man. All right, so also as you can see, like this thing pushed up and MACD crossed up, but at the close of the candle, it did not officially cross back up. Um, so that could be again, it kind of could be like a little sign that we could be just seeing this thing go down, but well, really not a whole lot of. I think volume is definitely dropping off for sure. If we do get a push down here, I might, like I said, I'm strongly considering getting in. But the other thing, I guess, the other thing that would kind of limit the idea of a long is that it does keep breaking up. It does keep pushing up here and just can't break above this level. Um, so if we do go long, we have to be cautious of that. That hopefully going long down here is basically a liquidity grab to open up enough room for the buyers to step in and bust through that level. That's kind of the mindset we're in right now. Just gonna see how it gotta see how it plays out. Simple asking me. Two, three. Think we are gonna. I think we are gonna see this thing break the moving average here. That's just too big of a candle. Ugh. Candle's struggling to moving average is acting as a nice support there. So is VWAP. We basically need a big amount of volume to step in. Sitting right on it. Yeah, it'll sell off. Here it comes. I think we might see this thing rip down to the 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 200 here. See, this is what I'm kind of seeing. Obviously, we went up here, kind of created this bottom here. I think we might see this thing. Again, I guess I'm on the side of the bulls here. We had our sell off. I think we might go see it push up again. But again, I'm just trying to get a good entry to make sure. Again, to try to maximize our profits here. That's what our 30-minute looks like. Looks like our possibly crossing up here on the 30 minute. So again, that's kind of reinforcing, I guess, kind of reassuring me that I think the long option, I think is a good play. Again, we're just kind of being really patient just with our entry. Again, we're trying the whole idea is our goal is to try to find the bottom of the move and again be very patient to find it. What that's going to do is again just like yesterday, it's going to minimize our drawdown, make the profit like basically increases our chances of being profitable. And of course, we're not always going to be 100% right, but it does help if we makes it feel a little bit better. Nothing's better than a trade that like you enter and then instantly goes green and then it just stays green. Those are nice. It's the ones that you enter that go red and stay red. And 4150 is our day low. That's our pre-market low. So as long as we don't really go further than that, I think we'll hold our trend up. Getting close. Again, I mean, depending on how quickly this thing comes down, I might just enter at the moving average at 44. I mean, basically, we might be jumping in front of a train here. I mean, it basically 56. Not quite got all the way to the 15 moving average. 56 is the moving average on the 15 minute. Didn't quite hit it, but we might get it here. Got 3 minutes left on this candle. I think we'll probably see it sell off. Got a good amount of stuff up here or down here at these levels. So again, I think we'll see it come down. Again, I guess what I'm looking for is it's gonna be quick. It's gonna have to be one of those things where like once I enter, it's gonna have a quick turnaround, and see if it just takes off. Um, I guess in a sense, like if I enter and it goes red, it doesn't go green fairly quickly, then it's like the trade will probably fail. It's me. It's Yeah. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like it comes down, reaches, and then buyers just step in instantly. There we go. Here we go. 4 minutes on the candle. Volume is kind of even keeled. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna. Oh, we lost our camera. All right, we're back. I'm gonna be right back. Right back. All right, we're trying to push down. Is he gonna bust through, or are we gonna wake up? There it goes. So now we're at the moving average on the 15 minute. Wait, let this thing work. We do have our set stop loss, so that's something we can kind of rely on. Do we miss our entry? Did we miss our entry? That's what we're kind of waiting for. See if it's gonna if it's gonna sell off here, or if it's gonna reach if it's gonna go test this moving average. Because then if we go to the test moving average, then I'll definitely buy at the moving average. So that's like a stronger level support, and also like a again kind of minimizing our risk too. It does look like it's struggling to fully sell off, so I think we'll be good. I'd like to see this thing a little bit more pushed down one more time before we enter. We got 3 seconds left on this candle. Let's see what this thing does. Volume falling off. If it tests it again, we're entering it. We're gonna keep like I said, we're gonna just trust our stop loss, and that's why we have it. Might have missed our entry there. Guess we're gonna cancel that. We're gonna hold off. We're gonna wait. Might have missed our entry there, boys. I don't know. Maybe it'll go retest it one more time before going up. Go back down to that moving average again. Still some interest down here, so it's possible we could see it come down again. All right, for it to push up that much, the sellers are kind of trying to push this thing down, trying to push it down. So, but volume is falling off. So I don't know. I think the long's still good. I think see if it'll get back down here one more time. And like I said, it's one of the things like the hesitation part, maybe not so bad. See if it breaks below here. It's like wanting to go down. All right, so we're breaking down, breaking down. Looks like we are gonna go test the moving average down there. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, whipping. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and buy. Oh wait, no, 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 not two, not two, not two, not two. All right, so we are hesitating. So we're entering right here. All right, so we're in. Now we're going long. Our entry is right here, 40.55 or 45.50. So our stop loss is right here, 40.50. Stop still. All right, so we're in our position. I'm gonna delete this one, get rid of our short thing. I mean, basically, if it breaks down and does that, we're done. If it's gonna go up from here, it's got to go up pretty much now. So, but again, we're setting our stop loss to 250 bucks. Oh, we lost our camera again. All right, okay, I think we're good. There's so much going on right now. I'm trying to get okay. Now we just wait. We'll go ahead and put our take profit level. It'd have to break above high of day. Basically, for it'd have to get up. Yeah, it basically would have to get to the high of day in order for us to hit our profit target. So 60, 60.25. I think our chart's off a little bit. Um, oh yeah, I was messing with it. So 100. So that long's a little interesting, but we'll uh we'll put it there. Overall, I mean, grading this, I think we got a good entry. It bounced off the moving average. If it breaks the moving average, then this trade will probably be invalid. But again, that's why we have our stop loss there. Um, 40.50 is our stop loss, right at $250 risk. And then our reward is a little bit out there. I think realistically, if we see this thing get up to this high, I mean, granted, if this thing goes all the way back up to the high, then we probably will be fine for it to hit take profit. But now, I mean, we've been waiting this whole time. It's a waiting game, waiting for an entry. It's also a waiting game for our trade to go in our favor. Now we need a good amount of volume to push this baby up. You know you're So now what we're gonna need to see is it hit VWAP and kind of reject it. We'll need to see this thing basically bust through VWAP. Got 6 seconds left on this candle. Friends say let her go. Just chilling, man. Now we're just chilling. Okay. Bounce off the moving average. That'd be great. Very cool thing now is like it's kind of hands off. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as when we're waiting for the entries. Just hands off, just wait. And I will say, I mean, having these parameters set up it makes it a little bit less stress, like a little bit less stress free, a little bit more stress free, I guess would be the right way to say it. Because now it's like it's in the hands to the hands of the market. You did your due diligence to try to make your best decision, best educated decision. Now it's just like, okay, see how it goes. As sitting here and watching this, the thought that came to my mind is I remember there was a time where it's like it was one of those deja vu moments. Is We were at all time highs. I kind of went with the same idea. I'm pretty sure I went long. Um, and it's almost like it's kind of like almost the exact same situation. We kept when I look back at the trade when I went long, like it kept couldn't break above this level. And I was long, but that was one of those the immature over leveraging my trades. Uh, I kept sizing down, sizing down, sizing down. I'm pretty sure I ended up losing $1,000 that day. But last time it actually tanked down. Like it just kept going. Um, so I'm crossing my fingers, like, because at the deja vu moment, again, it just went down when I was long. Um, so this is one of those moments where I'm long as well, and I'm hoping it's not a repeat. And like again, but the main difference this time is again the most we have at risk right now is 250 bucks. If it hits it, whatever. We're still net positive on our day or net positive on our week. So if it goes great in our it goes in our favor, fantastic. I'll by all means. Basically, what we're waiting for is we need to have enough volume, enough buyer step ins for us to break the VWAP, which is at 40 or 50, basically 55.50. That's kind of our level that we needed to break. We need enough buyers to step in to break right through it. Honestly, if we can do that, I think our trade will be fine if I just let it run. I mean, remember yesterday we I can't imagine it having a similar run up as yesterday. Maybe not as big, but uh, that'd be kind of cool. But referring back to what I said earlier, the whole obstacle things. Let's say we have obstacles to overcome for us to before this trade fully gets goes like in our favor. I guess you could say. Again, we have to break the moving averages, break the VWAP, and then obviously we have this level that it keeps rejecting. If we get back up here and it does go up there, obviously, like we break out of that, I think we're golden. I mean, I need to eat something. I don't eat anything. What are you doing, buddy? You smell. You smell. Somebody got sprayed by a skunk this morning. Yeah, that guy. Maverick. Hey, you smell? You still smell? He doesn't smell as bad. It was bad this morning. Really bad. He stunk. Stank. Didn't mess with anything. Come on, let's get a nice little run up. Let's get a nice little pump action here. Give it a little pump. Volume's been pretty chill. Nothing too crazy yet. Um, volume wise. Pretty standard. Pretty chill. It would be nice to see kind of like a big volume candle push this thing up and get us going, but See what this looks like on the 15. Yeah. Close below. I mean, so we closed below the moving average. Looks like right now this candle is kind of making its way to try to either again try to make it a support or see if it can break or kind of push itself back up. Dang, volume fell off quite a bit right there. Unless they're just waiting to the last minute. So far, our furthest drawdown I think was like 25 bucks at 10 o'clock. We went long. So 10:05 we went long. So we came down here, went back up. Yeah, I think our lowest drawdown was probably like 25 bucks maybe. All right, let's see what this thing does. It's gonna break up. Is this where we start our uptrend? Better together. Again, it's right now we have a set 1 to 5. So 70.25. Okay, it's a little more than 2 grand or a grand. Why is it like that? Oh, oh, I guess I miscalculated my monies. Volume falling off. Volume fell off quite a bit this last candle or so. So if it fell off and the sellers are out, then the thing should just gradually just climb itself up, and vice versa. If the buyers are falling out, then obviously we'll see this thing kind of take its turn. There we go. 1 to 6 ratio. So I don't know. I'm like particular. I like things to like be correct, be accurate. About to see some volume pick up, maybe. Hopefully, it goes in our favor. Right now, it looks like we are potentially approaching a MACD cross up. That would be nice. We're gonna basically need. I mean, we're gonna need to see this like this candle or the next candle is gonna have to take off, or else it's gonna be kind of lame. It's gonna be chilling. That's a basically it's. I feel like what's gonna happen is we're gonna see one candle just either rip up or rip down. Remember the 46 was the moving average on the 15 minute. So that's gonna be a critical point right now. So we did close back above the moving average, and obviously, ideally, this would be this candle, this 15-minute candle would be the one that we need to see this push up to the VWAP at least. the fact that we closed above the candle and current or above the moving average and are currently staying above it, that's a pretty good sign. Kind of makes me feel a little bit better. Feel a little bit better about this trade. Now, it's just like I said, this is just a matter of time. Just letting this thing work. We opened at 10 o'clock. I mean, however long it takes to get up there, whatever. But I think basically the bottom of this, yeah, the bottom of this candle right now is essentially our 15-minute moving average. So, like I said, as long as it's, I mean, it's not much else. I mean, not much to talk about here. Just letting it see how it plays. I think we're about to see a huge volume pickup here. We do have a Fed talking at 12 o'clock. I don't know if I don't think it's I don't know if that's gonna do anything really, but come on, let's go on a little bull run, or I guess another bull run. Two bull runs in within 2 days. That'd be interesting. Pop off like a gun. There we go. Go chest the VWAP. See if we can break it. Right back. I'm letting the dog out. Hopefully, come back. It'll be broken. What? You go outside, buddy? Oh, look at this thing. Break it. Break it. Volume volume picked up on this candle. Is it gonna be enough? Told you I loved you, would you make you stay? All right, looks pretty decent. Let's see if we can break out of that VWAP. So on the 5 minute, we're back above the moving average. Now, so we passed one obstacle. Next one's going to be VWAP. We can bust through that. I mean, this thing, we could see another bull run for the day. Basically needs to get above 50. 550 is our number. One to one right now. We've hit our 1-to-1 ratio. We tapped it. The one I want, you're the one I need, baby. Come would you please? There will be much longer than rocking my road. You good for my soul. Head over boots for you. There we go, 275. You're my rock and my roll. It's good to my soul, and you. Oh, hey, you slow you. All your time. Oh yeah, we're pumping, baby. We're pumping. Oh yeah. So I was thinking about sizing in or like putting another contract on, only because I know like that stretch is a long stretch. Do I think it has a chance to at least get up to the high? Yeah. But if worst case scenario, if it gets up to here or even here, I with two contracts I could probably get close to a grand on. But then again, also I'm putting on more risk. The only thing I'm concerned about is if I average it, if I put another contract on, it'll bring my average up quite a bit and would bring me a lot closer to potentially getting stopped out. I would still keep it to 250, but it's just a tighter. It's just tighter. So that's why I'm kind of I'm on the point where I'm like, okay, do I just let this thing run with the one contract because I'm in a good spot, or do I average in with the expectations gonna maybe stop out here, but then I can get a good profit if it at least hits the all-time high. I guess for my own research purposes, it'd probably be better just to leave one contract and to see how this trade plays out. Because then that'll be another tick on my deal that says, okay, when we enter these trades, we're doing pretty good. We got like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6, whatever it may be. Right now, we're just over 1 to 1. If we get to 500, if it touches basically uh 55.50 right here, so just above, basically where we've rejected before. We hit that, we're at a 1 to 2, and obviously from there it just keeps going. What's up? Going on down, ride this line of country and you. Volume staying pretty solid. So it looks like buyers might have taken over. We need to see this. I mean, this is the moment of truth. We need to see this thing break out of here. If this is going to go on a continual bull run, or can continue the bull run that we were on yesterday. Uh, so this is kind of a crucial turning point. It's either going to turn around or take off. And I see a little bit of a pullback here. This one little touch time, get up. All right, let the dog in. I'll be right back. I'm back a little bit, huh? Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm gonna do? It's like almost 11 o'clock. I haven't eaten anything, so I'm gonna leave the stream up. I'm gonna close everything off though. Just kind of let it run without me being here. Go make some food, and I'm gonna watch it from my phone. Like I said, I got my stuff. I got my stuff set. So I mean, that's kind of the benefit. The point of doing it this way is I have my stuff set. If it hits it, great. If not, whatever. But so I'm gonna turn my camera off, turn off the everything, basically just leave the stream running and pay attention on my phone. So see you guys in a little bit. Testing. All right, we got some food cooking, so shouldn't be too long. So I had to come back, take a look at this thing. Um, yeah, this is kind of expected. Nice little sell off. Um, Part of me wants to see how this plays out, just for like again for the not like research purposes isn't the right word, but it's I mean it's not uncommon for things to retrace, but like the thing is like is it gonna go all the way back down? I don't want to be part of that if it does, but it would have like are the buyers out of like done? We pushed up just a little bit above where we were the previous numbers because we kept rejecting here. We were able to push up a little bit above it. So it makes me feel like maybe this is just like a little bit of a pullback, which isn't uncommon, and then maybe we'll keep this. It'll keep going. It's possible. Mm-hmm. Kind of holding up, but my thing is like I don't know. Do we flip a coin, decide hold it versus hold it or close? Again, if we, I mean, technically within our parameters as far as like our stop loss is still valid. Um, it's just then this again, this kind of runs into questions like, are we done moving up, or is it gonna slide all the way back down and hit our stop loss? It's one of those things where like money's on the table, like all we if we close position, we take the money and run. But basically, we would have known that this is basically like a 1 to 2 ratio. I mean, our only saving grace is VWAP. If it bounces off VWAP, then we should be still be fine. But I would hate to take a trade that's been going so well and have it end up going red. That's just my thing. We can take a little bit of heat, but can only do so much. At this point, what we could do is we could do a, since we're already pretty well green, we'll cancel this order. We'll put one in. So worst case scenario, if it hits out, we'll take about $100 profit. At least we won't totally go red. If the trend continues, then we'll still be good. At least regardless, we'll take some green. No matter how big, no matter how small, green's green. So this is also a point where, like, as we get better at this, I know a lot of people, like, for instance, instead of doing one contract, they'll start off with like five and have certain price targets. Like, once it hits, like, for example, once it hits like here or hits VWAP, you take off a contract. Once it hits another level, take off another contract, take off another level, take off another like, and basically eventually just get to the point where you're leaving like one runner. So if it does keep going up, then you're fine, but you won't be risking a whole lot of money. But since we're only on one contract, we do have to kind of be patient with that and make decisions on whether we need to close it or take our profits, or close it or let it run. I think my deal just went off, so let it work. I got my numbers. I got my stuff set, so that's all that matters. All right, we got our food. We're back in action. Got our stuff set. As of right now, looks like VWAP they're acting as support. Hey, no, get off my bed. Go, get off bed. Go, no, get off. You smell. Get off my bed. Sorry, that's my dog. As you recall earlier, he got sprayed by a skunk earlier. We tried to clean him up, but he smells not as bad, but I don't need him on my bed. Where'd you go? Oh, now he's sitting under my desk because I have food that he wants. Yeah, go on. You're pathetic. All right, so if this actually ends up going back up, that would be actually really good. Um, now that we're sitting here, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, we're in. Let's up out of there. I think we might just close it for our 300. See if it pulls back up and takes it. Whatever. What's like another 300 bucks? Oh, okay, so wait right back up. Yeah, let's close it. We're done. I just want to feel good about that. We're gonna close out all of our positions here, or we close out our position. Um, so here's the thing. The reason why I'm calling it a day on this is yesterday we had a huge rally day. The market just went up, 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 up. So I can't justify us having a back-to-back day like that. And things are just not moving fast enough to really make it seem like really make it worthwhile. Could it go back up? Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the thing just kept doing what it's doing, just keep chopping up and down for the most part. Um, and the thing is like I've been burned before, so it's like I'd rather just take money while it's on the table. Do I wish it would have gone up higher? Yeah. Could I have taken profit up here? Yeah. But that just goes to show you, so we know that on a range bound day like this, we can expect basically a 1 to 2 ratio. So that's just something we can notate for the future. But the good thing is, hey, we ended up another day in the green. We're up $272 for the day. Counts up to 51. Actually, I think it's right here. 51,194. Um, so pretty good. So we have not every day is going to be $1,000 day, especially if we're only doing one contract at a time. Maybe we could have been a little bit more. I mean, we could have put up a little bit more another position on, but I'd rather I don't know. I'd rather take that and run with it. Again, we ended up green. That's a positive. As long as we ended up green, that's all that we need. That's all that matters, right? So we have basically $1,800 to go to pass this account. So between today or tomorrow and Thursday, we'll probably need to put around $900. So have another $1,000. Today was pretty light. That $1,000 would have been nice to be able to hit today. And again, I'm trying to keep to my preset rules. I don't want to be trading much later than 12 o'clock. So because we're getting that much closer, like again, another reason for me to close it out, be done. But we are done for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do, can you do me a favor? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave some comments in the comments section, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. I will be back in the morning trading again. So thanks.